through those decisions, what the message really we have to focus on is, what do we want the message to be for the rest of the world, the rest of the country, and specifically the Commonwealth of Virginia? What do we want Virginians to think about when they come in to our capital?
There are 450 pieces of art, and by that I mean portraits and statuaries, purchased by or acquired by the Commonwealth for the purpose of putting on public display. 130, give or take, are on display right now in the Capitol. The others are in the Supreme Court. We work with the Executive Mansion as well to provide artwork there. They hang in both House chambers, in virtually every hallway, in the rotunda, the governor's office, the governor's gallery. They're everywhere. Now, I think from this brief description, you can tell what the strength of this collection really is. It reflects, it's a snapshot of what previous generations saw as significant historically in Virginia. So they depict statesmen, office holders, generals, and as a result, there's very little diversity in that collection, and that's why there's very little diversity in what's hanging in the state capitol. Until relatively recently, African Americans, women, and others were not in leadership positions, and that's what's reflected in that artwork. And the collection, and I think this ties in with the speaker's remarks earlier, it didn't look beyond office holding to identify individuals of accomplishment in our history. So the subjects that are memorialized are those who held office. There are a few paintings of historical episodes in Virginia history. There's two in the Senate chamber, the old Senate chamber, depicting the storming of the redoubt at Yorktown and the 3 ships that sailed to Jamestown. And there is a painting of the first General Assembly, but that's about it. There's just nothing of that nature, let alone artwork that features the scenery of Virginia, landscapes, or the work of distinguished artists. The artwork is virtually all white men. The collection has about 3 to 5%, give or take, of women. And in the Capitol right now, there's only 4 representations of women. There is the bas-relief of Lila Meade Valentine that's in the House chamber. And again, there's a story of how controversial that was to get that accepted. Amazing. There is a portrait of Lady Astor, Nancy Astor, in the lower rotunda. There's a portrait of Pocahontas in the old Senate chamber. And then there's a portrait of former First Lady Elizabeth Swanson, the wife of Claude Swanson, in the lower rotunda. That's not in our collection, it's on loan. Exactly how it got there, I'm not certain.